I think that's the running order for tonight, to which I can't remember what it is. Because he put he sent it as a document, didn't he? Have I frozen? No, I'm still okay. You're on mute, Mark. Oh. No, Mark's had a technical error again. Are we live? Excellent. Good evening, everybody. So, let's hope we don't have any technical problems. But we just waiting for Mark to come back. If you were. Oh, here he is.
Is it working?
Back. Oh, yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Oh, Max, what's going on with technology?
Yeah. A couple of carrier pigeons and some messages would have been easier.
I don't know what is going on with our internet.
Pass. And we've had some really exciting times last week and this week so far.
It's been, I don't know. I think it's because we're so popular. Look at this. Can you see my hair, Max?
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it?
It is.
I decided to let my kids shave my hair. And look. There's no... Look at that. What is that all about?
Was it number 2, number 3? What have you had?
Normally I go for number 4. And somehow it's patchy and just look at that. Look at that. This is a proper lockdown haircut. Look. Everything. Gone.
It'll grow. It'll grow back.
It will. I don't know. It's crazy. People are asking what happened last week. Max, you're the internet guru.
Yeah, last week we had some problems. So the back-end service we were using, our service provider decided to do an upgrade on us right at the same time we were going live. Yay! And they didn't tell us. So apologies for that.
And I think they're doing the same this week.
Hopefully not. We need to sort that out if they are. We'll have words with them. That's a nice necker. Yeah, it's a nice woggle you've got there.
It is very nice. handcrafted woggle. Look at that.
That is fantastic.
I just want to say it came today. Actually, I didn't know it was arriving in the post. I am honoured. This is Terry Longhurst carved this for me. 3.5 hours it took him to carve that. So Terry, I want to say thank you very much, man. It has been amazing. Look at that, Terry Longhurst, Old Man Bushcraft. If you're on Instagram, and the founder of Bush Scout.
Excellent. That is
It's
very good.
It's going to be it's a good one. It's very nice. It's very nice. Max,
Yes.
I think tonight, looking what's happening behind the scenes, I think it might be safe to play as we are in these two screens.
Okay, we can do the videos though.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping. I don't know what's happening with technology, so I think we'll stay as it is to play it safe.
Okay.
And we will progress and see what happens to the night. Yeah. So I wanted to do some scout outs, and Max is gone. Look at that. He's left the room. What happened to Max? What is going on? Max was here. Now he is. It's either me or Max. Colin, the co-host, he might be the new co-host. Colin is our moderator in our screen, and Max has gone.
Been there.
I don't know what's happening tonight, but we'll get there. It's the choice of
I'm back.
of technology, isn't it?
Yeah. So glitchy. Oh.
It's all about resilience.
That was my problem.
It is glitchy. You're absolutely right there.
I pressed the wrong button on my mouse. I've got a side button and I hit it and it went back a page.
My
and
mic is horrible tonight. Colin, do you think my mic is horrible? No.
Like a robot.
It's sound. Okay, cool. So tonight we were hoping to do a whole load of stuff. I don't know where Max is.
I'm here.
Has gone. So it's just me and you tonight, by the looks of it. I want to say thank you very much for all your emails and your messages. It's been great to have Scout out this week. As I say, technology at the moment, I don't know why. It seems that 7 o'clock on a Thursday, the internet is at a high peak and it's knocking all our technology. So I don't fully know why Max is gone, but never mind.
I am here.
We might drag Colin in. We'll see what happens. So Scout Outs, thank you very much. I don't want to risk it tonight. I don't know why, but I don't want to play the Scout Out videos just in case we lose you. But never mind. But thank you very much. We're going to get this fixed. I don't know why. As you can tell, this isn't my day job. I don't do live videos.
He doesn't know I'm here.
Vlogs, as you know, big man.
He doesn't know I'm here.
So live technology, don't know. Maybe if you are a scout leader and you know how to run this more smoothly than it is, please get in touch with me. Mark at bigmaninthewoods.co.uk. It'd be great to get your emails to try and sort out me and Max's streaming problems. And I don't quite know what's happening. He was here.
I am here. Gone. I am here.
Max is saying he is here, but I can't see him.
I'm in the stream.
I don't know. I don't know what's happening. So tonight we're going to be looking at the Chef Badge. That's for all Beavers, Cubs, and Scouts and Explorers. We'll be talking about that tonight. Max was doing some astronomy, and if we can get Max back, we can see him. This is really bizarre because you can see Max, but I can't see Max. And I can't see Max. I can't hear Max. This is the most weirdest thing in the world.
I'll come back in. Give me a second. I'm here. I'm here, and now Mark's gone. Yeah, not quite sure what's going on there. Mark's gone. It's one of these things. I think there's like one of us in, and then the other one comes in, and not quite sure what's going on. So, if you watched last week's, we'll get on to craft cam in a minute. But if you watched last week's, you will have seen the spaceships, and that's the one I made out of toilet rolls. So I used 3 different size toilet rolls. So, let's see if we are not quite the same person, but never together in the same room. It's like Incredible Hulk. It keeps changing. I am not sure what's going on now because somebody says I sound like a Dalek. Brilliant. Oh, stream's offline. And I am not sure what's going on here. Come on, Mark. Something's a bit funny, and I'm not sure. Yeah. Let's stop and start the stream. Yes. Still.
Hey?
Yes. You're there.
What is going on? Yeah, obviously, you vanished. Then you vanished, and I'm here.
Yeah. Turn it off and on again, and it works again. Boom. It's like magic. We'll be on Britain's Got Talent next.
I don't think so. This is the weirdest stream in the world. When we started this, 7 weeks ago, it worked absolutely fine.
Right, let's do Scout Promise.
Go for it, sir.
Okay, so everybody make the Scout sign. On my honour, I promise I will do my best to do my duty to God and to the Queen, to help other people and keep the Scout law. Excellent. Hands down. Fantastic. So, yes, I was saying, Spaceship, if you managed to catch last week's craft cam in the middle of all the streams, so we're not gonna do that one again. Hopefully not. We're going to do something slightly different this week. And if technology works, we've got 2. So let's get have we got a quiz, Mark?
Do you know what, Max? I don't know.
Be prepared.
Hopefully. This is me. Big. Okay. Oh. What can you see? Just me. Oh, what is happening tonight? I don't know. Right, we're gonna go back to this. We're gonna stop technology. We're gonna give Max back. Max is back in the house. Right. I don't know what's happening to London internet. What can we see? Just me and Max. Do you know what? This is weird. Because when we stream this,
you can see. Who can you see? Both of us. Yeah, I'm here.
Right.
I'm here. Right. It's Mark, Max, and a bad haircut.
It's us. It's me and you. It's me and you.
Okay, so let's
let's talk about the week. What's been going on? Oh, have you got a quiz?
Yeah, I've got a quiz.
Go on then, go for the quiz.
Okay. Pen and papers.
I think we're going to take Leo's advice. I did have a pen. All right, pen and paper.
Pen and paper. Okay, so this is based on astronomy. So let's see. Let's see how good you are. Okay, towards astronomy stuff. What is the closest planet to the sun?
Oh, God.
Oh.
Next. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the name of the second biggest planet in our solar system?
Okay.
Okay. What is the hottest planet in our solar system?
Oh, Max.
And I did say planet.
Oh, I'm going to look like a fool, aren't I?
What planet is famous for its big red spot?
Look at these people in the chat.
I know, we've got some interesting answers coming up. What planet is famous for its beautiful rings around it?
This is number 5 coming up, yeah?
Yeah, so number 6. What is also known as the red planet? Okay. Number 7. What is the name of the force holding us to the Earth?
That's number 7, yeah?
Yeah, that's number 7.
Okay.
Okay, so what is the name of NASA's most famous telescope?
Can we have a
Number 8.
clue? Give us a clue.
It's in space, and it's been in a few films. Begins with an H.
Oh, that's not my answer then. H. No, H.
Number 9.
I'm still stuck on 8, mate.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I just saw it in the chat. I nicked it from the chat.
Oh.
Thank you. I can't.
And Earth is located in which galaxy?
What? What? Constantine, help me out, man. I'm struggling tonight, Max.
Okay. And last one, number 10. Does the sun orbit the Earth, or does the Earth orbit the sun?
I missed that number 5 for some reason.
What planet is famous for its beautiful rings around it?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I messed these up.
So it's all about planets. So let's go back to the start. What's the closest planet to the sun?
You want me to say my answers? No way.
Go on, go on.
Look. I've got. Look, I did try, but my astronomy is bad.
So it's Mercury.
Oh yes. Look. Oh, look. Can you see? Oh, you can't see. Oh, where are we? Look at Mercury. Yes.
Yeah. What's the name of the biggest planet? Second biggest planet in our solar system is Saturn.
Saturn. Ah. Yes.
What's the
Look.
hottest planet? Is actually Venus.
Venus. Oh yes. I did cross it out. Promise you, I did write Venus before.
Planet famous for its big red spot is Jupiter.
Jupiter.
Yeah.
I got the massive
The
one.
planet that's famous for its beautiful rings around it is Saturn.
Oh, damn.
The red planet is Mars.
Mars.
Yeah. The name of
All right, I'm confident. I'm confident now, Max.
the force holding us to Earth is gravity.
Gravity.
Okay. The name of NASA's most famous telescope is the Hubble.
Hubble. Thank you for the chat for that answer.
Yeah. Earth is located in which galaxy?
Milky Way.
Milky Way.
Oh,
And does the Earth orbit the Sun, or does the Sun orbit the Earth?
Earth.
Earth what?
Earth to the sun.
Earth
Earth
orbits.
to the sun.
Earth orbits the Sun.
Did I get it right? Huh.
So you did well there.
9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Wow. Officially only 8 because I nicked the Hubble from the chat room.
So we've been talking about astronomy, the astronomy badge, right? And there are a couple of badges. If I go back to my my props, he says, wherever his props are, and he's lost the badge props. Oh no! Right, we'll do it a different way. So there are astronomy badges in the sections, and the scouts get an extra one because there's also an additional space badge that you can work towards. Great thing about stars and astronomy is going a bit about last week is navigation. Okay, so in the northern hemisphere, so there's two hemispheres to the Earth. Okay, the northern hemisphere and a southern hemisphere. Northern hemisphere, we have. Do you know what this one's called? This constellation.
No.
Big Dipper. Okay, it's also called the Great Bear, or
Max, you're cheating.
Ursula.
You're reading notes. You are reading notes.
Ursula Major. Okay.
You are reading notes.
No, I'm
Max.
not. One at the top.
Turn the paper around.
The one at the top. Okay, there's nothing on it. The one at the top. Okay, is the Little Bear, which is Ursula Minor, or the Little Dipper. Now, the great thing about the Big Bear is that the two stars that are here, if you follow them straight up, you come to which star? Which star's that?
North. North.
Also called what? Begins with a P.
Polar?
Polaris.
Polaris.
So it's the Polaris star. Yep, leads to the North Star. So it's a great way of understanding in navigation.
Someone just called that the shopping trolley in the chat. Loving that.
They are social distancing. It's okay. They're more than 2 meters apart if you measure it properly.
Modern constellations. The shopping trolley.
Yeah, potentially could be if we put a couple of big wheels on it. Then, yep, we've got the shopping trolley. And the one at the top we could actually make into a bit of it's a handbasket.
Oh dear. Max, in London we do have a lot of street pollution, okay? We have a lot of, because of the street lamps and stuff.
Yeah.
Where you live, what's the stars like where you live? Can you see them quite nicely?
It's not too bad. We do get a lot of pollution, but because everyone's been locked away, staying at home, it's getting better. So, tonight is supposed to be either tonight or tomorrow night, I can't remember. It's a full moon, but it's also called a milk moon. So that was last night, wasn't it? Last night was the milk moon. Tonight is a full moon, and it's a super moon because it is close to the Earth, and it's the last super moon of 2020. So after you've done the clap and this show, then when it's gone a bit dark, I go outside and look at the super moon because it will be the last one of the year, closest to the Earth.
So it's gonna be huge.
Should be huge. Should be bigger in the sky. Yeah.
And it's white though, isn't it? Because there was one. When was the one that was all kind of that nice red golden one? Because that
was a little while ago.
Yeah, but it's just going to be a white one.
It's going to be a
It's
white
not
one.
going to be
No,
coloured.
not going to be coloured. The milk moon was last night. That was
Okay.
it was a bright moon last night. But tonight is super moon. So get out and watch that. And the other reason for choosing astronomy is because of all the satellites that have been going up. So if you haven't had a chance, Google something called Starlink, and it's one of Elon Musk's ventures by SpaceX, and it's putting a load of satellites in geosynchronous orbit around the Earth, and it's to provide faster internet. So all those Xboxes out there and PlayStations are going, yay!
And tonight stream.
Yeah, it's sort of gigabit per second speeds that are just absolutely huge, and you can spot them. So they kind of look a little bit like a fast-moving object in the sky.
Yeah.
Little white dots, but you can see them moving across. And the other one to watch out for is the International Space Station. So
I think, was it last week it was here? Or was it the week before?
yeah, so it has been. So there is an app you can get on your phone that tells you when it's going to be visible from your location. So it's worth.
No, yeah. I went on a website and you just put in your location,
Yes.
and it was like 1 minute to 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then the next one's at 3 in the morning, I think, something crazy like that.
Yeah. Well, someone's put in there about all the space junk that's going up there. There's huge amounts because we like sending stuff up, but getting it back down again is a little bit difficult. And if you look at some of the stuff that's going on, it's really quite fascinating how they're designing these retrieval spaceships to go out with effectively big nets or sort of grab these bits of space junk to bring back. But the cost of sending something up in the sky and it just stays there is.
Have we ever had any space junk land in England? Because I hear quite a lot in America, but in England.
Yeah, so they tend to, if they can, bring it down into like the oceans or into deserts or somewhere it's not going to cause any problems.
How do they do that then? Doesn't it just fall out of the sky?
It depends, because before it falls, if they got the chance, they'll put it into a different orbit, and then that becomes a decaying orbit. And as it goes around the Earth, it then gets the gravity picks it up, and as it enters the atmosphere, and it goes down. So they can fairly well pinpoint where these things are going to last and where they're going to land. So it's quite clever.
Max, I have a friend who's just started up a YouTube channel for Beavers, Cubs, and Scouts called Scoutronomy.
Okay.
Scoutronomy. So just YouTube that. Andy is his name is. He's just started that up for the lockdown stuff. I've been watching some of the stuff for him, and he's just bought a telescope that you can connect his phone to.
Oh, brilliant.
And he's been showing me some photos of the moon that he took over the weekend. It looks amazing. So yeah.
Oh, that's good. That is good.
Bit of a plug for Andy there.
Yeah, so there are also some planets you can see. So we've been able to spot them. They're slightly bigger than sort of normal stars in the sky.
I used to go to Mars quite often when I was a kid. Mars and the Milky Way I used to go to probably once a week.
At the sweet store?
When I was a kid. No, Mars Factory. Mars Factory wasn't that far from me. And we used to regularly go there.
Excellent.
And my mum, the first time, my mum told me we're going to go to Mars. What? That's amazing! Like, we're going to go to Mars. You're going to see the Milky Way and like, all these things. And then it was awesome to go to the chocolate factory, but it was a bit of a letdown. Thinking we're going to go up into a rocket.
That's a one-way trip. That's a very long one-way trip.
It's very gullible, Anna. Very gullible.
So, are we able to get a craft cam?
Sore subject.
Can we try?
You want to gamble?
Yeah. Roll a 666.
All right. If this goes wrong, Max. Right. Actually, let's try. Let's try.
So, hello to another craft cam. So in this one, we are going to be making a projector for light shows. You're going to need something like a cork, the old craft cam favourite of a toilet roll, pen, some straws, and a strip of cardboard. Now you can use paper that's folded.
Oh,
Go on.
I don't know.
Is it working? It's gone. Oh no. It was working. Then it stopped. Go on, Mark. What are you doing?
I don't know. Max, I don't know, mate.
Right. I did pre-record a craft cam. So here's one I prepared earlier. Okay, so we'll talk through the steps. Okay, so
Max, I'm sorry,
thanks,
mate.
Mark. Right, we need to sort this out for next week. Toilet roll, old favourite. What you need to do is cut the end off. Okay. Now I've used 2 straws here, which are paper straws, to save the environment. You could use 2 pencils. Okay. So 1 toilet roll, cut about centimetre and a half off the top. Okay. Then put the 2 straws either side and take some card that's the width of the cardboard tube. You can see what's coming, and place that into on top of the cardboard tube, and then you can sellotape the other part of the tube on top. Okay, then if you've got a torch, we're going to make a little projector. So you can draw around the tube onto the card, and then you can put on the star constellations. In this case, I've used the Great Bear. Okay, I've then used a needle and a cork behind to poke the holes in the card. And you can do this on 2 or 3 of them going down, but I've just done one to show you. So if I put that into the projector, like that, you can just about see it. The idea is that you get your torch, and when you shine it down, as long as the light's off, you can shine against a wall, and you'll be able to show the star constellations against the wall. And then you'll be able to amaze everybody in your house with different star constellations and make your own little planetarium. So that was tonight's craft cam. But that's kind of I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll put the craft cam video on first YouTube, Facebook site.
Yeah.
And post it up separately. But go make your projectors, post your pictures up. Let's see if you can get like a good torch behind them and show some different constellations on the wall, and let's see who can make the best ones.
Love it. Guys, thank you in the chat room. Yeah, people are saying, am I okay? I'm okay. It's just frustrating because me and Max put a lot of work into it, and for some reason, it doesn't want to work tonight or any Thursday. But hey, never mind. Is the first Cheeky Squared group still going?
Hang on, somebody said, what's the cork for? So the cork, yes. Okay, you put underneath the card. So when you put the pin through the card, you push into the cork. You don't push into your fingers. And if using scissors and pins and stuff, make sure you got some adult supervision for young people, please. Make sure you're safe.
Definitely. We'll do some scout outs in a minute. We'll just get Colin, our moderator, to send us over some hellos and whatever. We'll do that in a minute.
So we've got none of the
I keep free.
none of the backup material working.
It worked and stopped.
Oh, that's not good. That's not.
It's going to be this. We're gonna have talks. Let's talk. Should we talk about our special guest next week, or shall I go on my badge work? What should we talk about?
Well, let's make sure we can get everything working for the guests coming next week.
Good plan. All right, let's get on with some more badge work. So, we'll have a recap of what we've done over the past few weeks. Shall we do that? Shall we use our grey matter? Right. So, week 1, loving all this, Mark. Scouter Leo says, "You might be loving it. My blood pressure is like it is through the roof." Leo, I think Leo caught one of my test streams last night. You saw it was working. So let's recap over the YouTube, because we've had some messages from the week asking how do we get these badges, okay, and how do we prove to our leaders that we've done the work, particularly my scouts who've been following us, Max's workers, scouts who've been following here as well. Come and tell us. Loads of scouts has been emailing us, in particular people like Leo, Chloe, Esme, names are gone off the top of my head. My apologies. But lots of scouts have been sending us, and cubs have been showing us what they've been doing, particularly on the craft camps. Leo has been. Have you seen Leo's stuff, Max?
Yeah, that was the.
He made a flagpole out of newspaper. Leo's doing some great stuff over there. So well done, guys. And this is what you need to do when you go back: is prove to your Scully that you've been watching our stuff, and show them the safety poster for the internet that on week 1 I asked you to do, and also things that Max set out, the creative personal challenge, the personal challenge badge, didn't you?
Yep.
What are you laughing about?
Your phone going buzz.
I'm moving. I'm pulling the chat on my foot. Like,
Yeah. So the personal challenge badge, is one that you should have been working towards now.
Leon.
Sorry. Yes.
Apologies, Leon.
Yeah. Sorry about that for the flagpole. So the personal challenge badge you should have been working towards by now anyway, because you've had plenty of opportunities to. So it's things like helping around the house for a couple of weeks, washing up.
Don't say you'll cut someone's hair.
No, that's not a challenge.
This is what happens when you say to your 7-year-old, and he's 4 today, he's 3 when he did it. You know what? Daddy needs a haircut. Yeah, cut my hair, because it's not going to end nicely.
So we've done some. So the one of the challenges I set was to do a badge. Okay, so we've been giving you some good hints and tips on doing badges.
We did the writer's badge.
Yeah, we did
the artist badge. So we asked you to draw a picture, or combine with the photography badge to take a photo every day, or do a vlog for a week. We asked you to send in some videos of why you like scouting. What does scouting give to you? So we did that. This has really put me on the spot, hasn't it? Astronomy badge.
Yeah, we're just on astronomy. So we've done the glove, the puppets, sock puppets. Also glove puppets. Then
artist badge. Yeah.
So we've done entertainment.
Local knowledge badge. Yes, Jeremy, thank you very much. We did the local knowledge badge, and I asked you to find some places where you live of times ago, so from a history, and recreate those places. So I showed you some photos from Gilwell Park, some Buckingham Palace, hundreds of years ago, and then took a photo from exactly that same position. And a good friend of mine, Jeremy from Bush Scout, he did that as well. I think, did he use real photos or did he do what I say and use Google Street Map?
Not sure, but there were photos of his location, and it was good to see the differences.
Yeah, absolutely. I did a martial arts badge. Luke did a martial arts badge. That's awesome.
That is brilliant.
Apparently, I'm a ventriloquist because my sound is out from my lips.
Well, okay.
That's a badge, isn't it? That's the artist badge.
Yeah. So if you talk, it'll mime for you.
Mine's down. My kids were playing with it today.
So yeah, it comes on the streams. It's here by the side of me, just in case.
Mark, your lips move.
So if you haven't made your puppet yet, go make your puppet.
And me and Max have been doing TikToks. During lockdown, we've been trying to do some duets with different people.
Yeah, puppet TikToks are quite funny.
Can I talk without moving my lips? Dear.
So go on. You were going to do a badge tonight.
Yeah, we're looking at the chef badge. So the chef badge can be for beavers, cubs, scouts, and explorers, and it varies just slightly. So with the cubs and scouts, you have to do a little bit more. With the beavers, I need to do the lip sync challenge. Oh, God. With the beavers, it's only prepare one meal. Okay, so if we look at the scout badge, I did have this all on nice slides, but hey. So for the scout chef badge, you need to plan a menu for the whole weekend for 4 to 6 people. Okay, and in that weekend menu, you've got to work out the quantities, any dietary needs, any religious reasons, any medical reasons. Show where you would get that food from. So now is actually even more tricky where you would get that food from. So if we did it before lockdown, you could go to any shop, couldn't you? But now you have to be particular where you're going to get all those foods from and how you're going to source those foods from. How are you going to store the food properly? Does it have to be refrigerated? Max, with your bread, do you store the bread in the fridge or just on the worktop?
Yeah, worktop.
On the worktop.
Oh, in a
it's weird.
bread bin.
In the bread bin.
In a
Yeah,
bread
absolutely.
bin.
Max, with your ketchup, is that in the cupboard or in the
No, don't
fridge?
get me started on that one.
Go on.
It'll be HP, won't it? It won't be ketchup.
Oh,
well, we're gonna sting that debate up.
Ooh. All right, in the chat room. Let's go in the chat room. Just write brown sauce if you're a fan of brown sauce. And we're going to go back to. We were talking about this the other night in a meeting we had online, and Max brought up about brown sauce. Come on, guys, in the chat room, write brown if you like it. It doesn't look like anyone's writing brown in the chat room, Max.
Oh, never mind. Are we still on?
No. Ketchup, yeah, Kathy.
Yeah, brown sauce.
She's a ketchup fan
well
as well.
Harrison. Yeah, there you go, Colin. Brown sauce. Well done. Thank you, Mr. Moderator. There we go. Oh. You see, so. Oof. All right. Well, right. We could always drop the Marmite bomb, but let's not get there.
Barbecue sauce. Leo saying barbecue sauce. Anyway, so these are the things that you're going to have to think about when you do a chef badge. Where do you actually store those ingredients? Because people still don't know. Yeah? And it's even a bit more difficult when you go on camp. So we don't have the luxury of... You can have a fridge, but it might be a gas fridge or you're using the ice blocks. So going camping, you have to rethink about how you're going to store these things. Yeah. Guys, I'm not going to sing. You can ask in the chat room. I'm not singing. What else are we going to look for in the chef badge? You've got to cook at least one meal from your menu. Okay, so as I say, you're going to create a weekend meal, Saturday or Sunday, for 4 or 6 people, and then you have to actually cook one of those meals. Then you have to do the thing that my kids hate: washing up. Yeah, you can't use the dishwasher. because that we don't have a dishwasher on camp. That'd be cheating. All right. So don't overcomplicate it, isn't it, Max? I think that's one of the things when you go camping, particularly in my scouts, when it's a real shame because we were meant to be having our district camping competition, and the scouts have to write their menus, list down every kind of equipment, and it's a points and stuff. And the better menu, the more points you get. Yeah, more elaborate. But my scouts were really kind of thinking of elaborate menus. So guys, that it would be great to get those extra points. But realistically, cooking it on the altar fire, are you going to be able to do all that? So when we do our chef badge, at the moment we're doing it in lockdown. Okay, so it's a little bit easier, isn't it, Max, to do it at home? We'll do the chef badge at home, yeah, because we can't go camping unless you have a altar fire in the garden or something. You might have a trangia or something. I don't know, but for this badge, let's just keep it basic. As a Beaver Cub Scout or Explorer, you have to cook one of those meals at home in your kitchen. Obviously, ask your parent or your guardian, who's looking after you. So, design a weekend menu. Max, fry up or cereal for breakfast?
Well, if it's on camp, it's definitely a fry up.
Okay. Talk me through your fry. What would you have? I just want to see how you cook one particular.
As well as the brown sauce. So, bacon, sausage, egg, beans, black pudding, hash browns, tomatoes.
All right. So, when you cook your sausages, how do you cook your sausages? Do you use proper sausage or do you use the hot dog frankfurter stuff?
No, proper sausages. At home, it's grill them.
Fry them kind of thing. Okay. So do you have beans or tomatoes or anything like that? Black pudding, yum yum.
Oh yeah, black pudding. It's lovely. So there's a couple of things we found out about you tonight, Mark, that you don't like.
So, one of my scouts has just posted in here, honey roasted ham. I'll tell you the joke about that. That was the weirdest thing. So let's go to beans. I was trying to get to beans. How do you cook beans on the altar fire?
In a pan.
Really? So I learned this.
Individually on cocktail sticks over the...
and you turn them. No, I learned this. And then people make comments. What is black pudding? Gustavo, we'll explain black pudding in a minute. Barbara this week. So I learned this, all right, about beans. Instead of taking them out into a pan, you just put the tin straight on the altar fire.
Yeah. But stir it and take the paper off first. Otherwise it does tend to like...
Yeah, go on.
Open the lid first, before you put it on.
Open. Do you agree with that? Because I love that. And then I've had a few discussions with other leaders, and they're saying that the metal content from the tin could leak into the baked beans.
It depends on how hot it is in your fire, because metal does have a melting point. And
yeah, but we're just
because most of it's lined tins anyway. So I mean, if you any doubt, stick it out in a pan.
Okay, so guys, in the chats, quite a lot of my scouts are in here, so don't say nothing in my scouts. So when we're on the altar fire, I'm surprised no one knows this trick, and you go, wow, how have you not known this? So before you put your billy tins, frying pans, or whatever, oh dear, this is going to go wrong because people are going to do this wrong. I know that. You get your washing up liquid, don't you? You know this one, Max. Come on. And you put the washing liquid on the outside.
Sooting, yes.
Have you... I'm sure you know what I'm going to say. You must have had a scout who's
The
put the washing up
inside.
liquid in the inside. Have you had that?
No, no,
Have you?
no. Luckily not.
Oh,
No.
oh God, I've had a few. Thankfully, not in the troop I have now. Colin, you must have heard that as well. Colin's never. You've never had that. None of your scouts have never put one. Must be mine. Must be. But on the
On the
outside.
outside. On the
Yeah,
outside.
yeah. And it's an amazing trick, isn't it? So scouts, beavers clubs do this. So get the washing up and put it on the outside of your pan, so you don't have to scrub. And it's the most
But
basic
not on the
trick, and it
gas
works.
hob. Not on the electric hob and your gas stove. That's only for
No,
when
not him. It's
that's
just
only with your leaders and you go
go
camping.
camping on the old fire.
Yeah, let's not
Yeah,
mess up the hobs at home. Panic.
yeah.
Panic.
Bubble, bubble. It's better with washing powder and make a paste.
Yeah. So I've got one that I didn't cover and I need to cover.
Go on.
So when you're looking at stars, okay, and you can use binoculars, you can use your eyes, yeah. There's one thing in the sky that you shouldn't look at: the sun,
The sun.
right? So if you're out during the day, don't look at the sun. There is a way to look at the sun, okay, without looking at the sun. And what you need, you could do it with 2 bits of paper, or you could do it with a piece of card and a bit of paper. A bit of card's probably better. And what you basically do is make a hole in the card,
Yeah.
and that's where the sun comes through. And then with the paper underneath, you bring it up so that you can actually see, and you'll actually get the sun on the
Oh,
paper.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on some days, you'll actually see called sunspots, which are little dark areas on the sun, which actually show up as little patches on the reflection that you see on the paper. So don't look at the sun.
The sun
Use
directly.
a bit of card from a local delivery. Other shops are available. He says, make a hole. It's important that size of the hole. So you need to experiment with the size of the hole, but start small to start with. Don't make a big hole because you're not going to get anything. The smaller the hole, the better. And then bring your other paper underneath and look down at this. Don't look at the sun to line it up. Just use the sun on your card.
Mark, tell us about honey roasted ham.
You've started something now. You can't. Yeah.
All right. You know you always have a scout, don't you? There's always that one scout. He's not watching. I know he's not in our troop anymore. But Max, you know what I'm talking about. You have that one scout. So this was a few years ago. All right, this was a few years ago. And what were we talking? Yeah, we were going to camp. I don't know what camp it was, and we we're going through the menu. What do you want in your sandwiches? Because it's nice to give the scout the option as well, not just the leaders writing all the shopping list. Yeah, and it said sandwiches, and I said, do you want ham and cheese? And in particular, he said, I only ever eat honey roasted ham. I said, do you know how much honey roasted ham is? He went, no. I only eat honey roasted ham. So, what? So from now, it's one of those ongoing jokes that whenever we go camping, we always have to have honey roasted ham in honor.
The great thing I like the great.
Kathy says to me, was I that one scout? No, I was not that one. Because I was never in scouts. I was only in Beavers for 2 or 3 weeks and I cried. Oops.
The great thing about scouting is that trying of things. So you're on camp and you've just got to try. The great one is when we go camping and we get the scouts to do all their own cooking and say, here's your ingredients. You can make this, which is what we think the meal makes, or you can make your own interpretation of it. And it's amazing the differences that people have in ideas and how it actually comes out from the same ingredients. And it's absolutely brilliant. But they have to understand in their camp patrol, who likes what. So, they're cooking onions separately to put the onions in separately because somebody didn't like onions and thinking like that, which is quite cool. They really do think about it and start to work it out, which is good.
I remember there's a lovely campsite that I love to take my scouts to, and it's called Hedgeley. Okay, it's a lovely campsite, but it's a bit weird. It's in the middle of like a housing estate, and there's a lady that lives next door. Always complains that scouts are too noisy and but she moved there knowing there's a scout camp next. Anyway, but this one camp always reminds me. It was the first time I did Ready Steady Cook, where you just give scouts 4 or 5 ingredients and kind of go, there you go, off you go. And this one scout, he cooked amazing. It was like, that's never going to work over the altar fire. You're never going to cook chicken a la creme de, I can't remember what it was now. Don't know, but it was amazing. And then you look at the other patrol who just kind of like fried chicken, bit of a stir fry, and you're like, the variety, as you said, from one patrol to another was amazing. Like, I'll never forget that camp because his food. And then it's a shame that he's not here because we did a fundraising night and he wanted to have his own cocktail bar and he dressed up and he had shakers and he was making us mocktails. Amazing scout, really cool scout. I miss him a lot. He was great.
So here's a question, because we've got a few minutes till we all go outside.
Yeah, we've got 3 minutes. 3 or 4 minutes.
Are you actually going to be able to bring up the banner?
I start drawing now.
When we come back,
Constantine's going to go.
We have to cover VE Day as well.
Yes, definitely. Starts tomorrow. Yes,
75th celebrations, which is fantastic.
Hello to 2nd Ilford North.
So a couple of quick shout outs, I think, before we go out for the clap.
Come on, Colin. Colin's going to send us some names. Ta-da! Don't know.
Okay, so Scout Outs. Unit Phoenix. 4th Broadstairs. 8 Ealing. 24th Bournemouth. 21st Bournemouth. 1st Abram Scouts. 1st Squeaky Chair Group. 1st Tainhams. 2nd Wimborne. 2nd Ilford North. 48th Gloucester. 3rd Raynham. 2nd Chatterhill. 2nd Ilford North. Danemead. Scout Camp. Great, you guys are on again. They've been doing some great posts on Facebook. Been following them. Doing some good stuff on the campsite as well. Some good campsite maintenance. It's looking really good. So yeah.
First Mark's Internet Scout Group.
Yeah, 1st Gilmore.
Mark, I'm the Squeaky Chair Group Scout Atlas for me. There's no squeaky chair tonight. I tried 3 chairs and I got the non-squeaky one tonight. But it seems that I'm doing puppetry tonight. Yeah.
1st Landod.
But
as well.
We'll carry on with these scout outs.
Oh yeah, Gustav wants to know what black pudding is, Mark.
It's a very northern. First, Mark's lamp in the background. Where are we? There. Oh dear, you guys. At least my blood pressure's coming down. Black pudding, no. We're not going to ruin black pudding. We're not going to talk about black pudding here.
Easiest thing is to Google it.
Don't try it. It's a bit like haggis. You love it or hate it, isn't it? Do you like haggis? You must love
Yes,
haggis.
I do like haggis.
Force Swindon, hello to the Force Swindon guys. I had so much planned for tonight. Fraser, I will go back and watch how laggy this video is. Don't worry, I will. But we're just waiting for the scout, the clap at 8 o'clock. See, Kathy agrees. Black pudding. Elaine, no black pudding. Marmite. Ugh. Black pudding and haggis are
Yep.
yummy. No way, guys. What's happening in tonight's
Right.
chat?
Yes. So time to head outside.
I'm going to go here. I'm not going to gamble. I'm just going to stand here. You can see me hanging out my window. But yeah, let's go.
Beep beep beep.
Why? Why? What do I do?
Right. Gonna follow me.
And we're back. Right, we're back, guys.
Hello.
I even I took my webcam out. People wanted to see my streak. Who was clapping with the pots and pans? That's my neighbours. I couldn't quite get to them. But yeah, that was. Let's just put the webcam back. Yeah, we're back, and then my kids decided to join in.
That's good.
Normally, in this case, the plan you don't kind of see that behind the scenes stuff, but it's better to play it safe tonight and keep the one screen. Yeah, we're all back. Mark, my son. Well done. My son was the one. He was the one that did this. My cat. So what were we talking about? Yeah, chef badge. So menus, design a menu. My kids are so cute. Not with this, not after this haircut. Yeah, if you follow me, I put my pictures up of my kids. Anyway, right, where are we? My cat has caught something. Oh God, she's brought something. My cat has brought something in the bedroom. Hang on. She's got something there. Anyway, all right, beauty of life. Right, chef badge. Yeah, so it does make a menu for the whole weekend for 4 to 6 people, and you got to cook one of those meals. But if you're cooking at home, don't forget, ask your parent or guardian, whatever. And then you've got to do all the washing up, not using a dishwasher. And then that will go towards your my cat. That will go towards your chef badge. Yeah, my dad had a haircut. Has a haircutting kit. Okay. My kids had a haircutting kit, and this is what happened to them. Wait, hang on. Let me. Because I had this in. I was going to show you this, but I can't do it. Let's see. Right. Let's see, Max. Can you?
Just about. Yeah.
Not really.
It does look a bit.
It's a bit.
Yeah.
That's. Man, I should have just said no. Wait for lockdown. Look at this. All I can say is I'm so glad I work in an operating theatre, and we have theatre caps, because if patients saw me with this hairstyle, they would go insane.
Fantastic.
Luke Ford wants to know about this woggle. Okay. My dear friend Terry Longhurst, in fact, is a very good friend to me and Max as well, and Colin, the moderator. He handcrafted this. Took him 3.5 hours to handcraft it. Absolutely amazing. Look at this. It is. It is a beast. 3.5 hours. Max is deciding to ignore me because he's jealous as well. And then there's lots of scouters out there. This woggle is mind blowing. Gustavo, it's true. And as much as me and you are friends in Brazil and we exchange badges and stuff, no one's going to get the hand on this. This is amazing. Max,
no, I'm
commenting.
just in awe of his work. It's great, and that's what you can aim towards when you start with those kind of skills.
Just reading the chat. I've known Terry for many years now. He's an amazing guy, and we've done spoon carving and stuff like that. But maybe you need to give him a squeaky chair. The squeaky chairs. I can go and get the squeaky chair.
Leave the squeaky chair where it is. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. No. What was I talking about? Yeah, we've done spoon carving with and all sorts of stuff, and people who just have that. They just have it. It's hard to describe. Like, I can follow the steps. I've done with Colin. In fact, we did a carving session with Terry as well, and they showed us how to make fox bookmarks, and you just follow the simple steps, and it still doesn't look like Terry's. I think you've just got that kind of gift, haven't you, or you haven't? I don't know. What type of wood is it made from? If you want to start wood carving, which wood is the easiest? Max is going to tell you about wood carving. I'm going to message Terry and he is going to tell me what weather is it. Come on, Terry.
So
Max has just messaged me asking me what
what?
is it. I don't know.
Yeah, carving is one of those things that you really need to do some skills with your leaders first. Okay, because when it's working on things like knives, it's
Apparently, the answer's in the chat.
okay. Lime. It's
Spoon
lime.
sieves. So, spoon sieves, Max.
You
Do you
went
know
too
the story
thin
about
on
spoon
the.
sieves?
You went straight through. So
He
with
said,
I think
what is it?
carving's not
Around
really
somewhere.
for this channel at the moment. It's certainly not something we should really be doing in lockdown. You need to
Well,
do
no,
that
I shouldn't be doing it
with
at
your
all.
leaders when we get back.
No, definitely. No,
Yeah,
I think
there
there's a
is.
knack to it, though, isn't
There
it?
is.
There is a knack.
I mean, perhaps we should do some soap carving. Do some soap carving next week. That'll be good. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Soap carving is really good. And
yeah.
using lollipop
So
sticks,
it's
isn't it? Yeah.
basically using a half a bar of.
Can we be doing archery during lockdown as well as carving?
No, we're not. We're not going to promote those kind of things because it's no, definitely not.
No.
Definitely not. We're trying to do things that you will have at home.
Yeah, so like Max was talking about astronomy badge. Everyone can go and look at the stars, particularly even in London at the moment. Like the light pollution is good at the moment in London,
I
and
mean,
I'm here
it's great. So
in
global
London myself.
emissions have gone down by 8% across the world, and 8% doesn't sound much, but it makes a huge difference across the whole world. And
I'm just reading a message in the chat. How about shooting our computers with arrows?
well, this computer's going out the window. It's yeah. We will sort that. We'll get it sorted for next week because we do have a guest coming next week. Fingers crossed.
Do we? Oh,
No.
come
Let's
on,
not.
let's talk about it now. Come on.
No.
Just between me
Let's
and you.
keep that. Let's keep that.
No, it's not beggars before anyone else.
Yeah. So we'll do something next week. But the thing about the stuff we're doing is the stuff you can do at home, like toilet rolls. Okay. Yeah, I've picked toilet rolls for most of my craft cams because we all have them at home now. Stores have gone back to normal on most things, so we should be able to get that in our weekly shops. So yeah, next week, bar of soap. And this is where everyone goes soap. You should have been washing your hands anyway, so it would. We should have that, and we'll go through a bit of soap carving next week because that's something you can do, and it's good for your hands as well because you'll have to wash them afterwards, and they'll be nice and clean. But the whole thing about the badges like the astronomy badge and stuff that we're doing is around things you can do outside, things you can do in your house, look out the window at the stars, pick up on those things when you go out for walks and stuff. Just try these little things that we're doing. We will put up the past couple of videos that we've done onto the Facebook site so that you can watch those if you in a bit more detail to see how we've actually done that. We might throw up a couple of extra crack cam specials, I think, while we try and sort out the issues we've been having. I think maybe we've tried to step up a little bit too quickly into trying to do some fancy stuff that we've tripped up over what we were going to do.
But I think this is not Tim Peake. Like I told you in the chat room, because Max can't see the chat room, it's a Scout Ambassador.
That's it. That's all we're saying.
That's what I'm saying. It's not Tim Peake. It's not Colin either. It could be. Yes, I think it's like I had lots of emails. They didn't answer. Maybe it's Tim Peake. It's not
No, no.
Leo. It's
Let's
not Tim
let's
Peake.
let's let's
I did
leave that
answer
now.
you. Um, the whole point of first YouTube Scout Group was about keeping you guys active in scouting, and it's about going through badges. And I'm sure I don't go to Max's. Max lives 100 miles away for me, but he probably says exactly the same as me. Even during normal scouting turn, there's loads of badges that you can do at home that you don't have to do at scouting. You can do the hobby badge, street sports, and stuff like that. So while you're in lockdown, there's badges that you can do, and we're still helping you do badges, but in a safe way. Yeah. So both me and Max do a lot about bushcraft and outdoor camping, back garden camping with my kids and stuff. There's a whole load of stuff like that. If you want to see it, check out the YouTube stuff. Yeah, that we do in Big Man in the Woods. But the stuff here is all about what you can do safely at home. And it's just going through the badges. Just go and Google if you're a beaver, cub, scout, explorer. There's a whole load of stuff that you can do. So it's just looking at those badges and working out how can you do it at home in a safe way. And that's the whole point of first YouTube Scout Group, is that me and Max will help you, will give you some ideas, but you've got to go away and do the work. And have a look. If you're like street sports, is one of the most easiest badges to get. No way you're going to see me and Max on a skateboard, roller skates. But if you do it, what you're going to do for your scout leaders, like take some video, ask your brother, sister, parent, whoever, to take a few videos, even some photos, and then go to your scout leader and explain about the safety of street sports.
And that's
Boom, there's your badge. It's like swimming badge as well,
that's
isn't
it
it?
about all of this. It's about your evidence. So, we go over some of the requirements. We don't do all the requirements because there are for each of the, so the Beavers builder activity badge, was the kind of heading towards the starship and the projector. The Cubs astronomy badge, a Scouts astronomer, the Scouts astronautics badge. There are lots of requirements on these that you need to fulfill, and because lots of bits of things there, but we're boiling it down into simplifying it a little bit so that you can do these things and start to think about, that's a good badge to go for, which is what we're trying to do here. Sort of entice you to going and making that I'm going to go and find out more about that badge. I want to go and do that one. Because there are some fantastic badges. And, in your scouting career through Beavers, Cubs, Scouts, Explorers, and even into Leaders, you won't do every badge. But if you just go to Scouts, you're not going to do every badge. If you just go to Cubs or Beavers, you're not going to do every badge that there is. You need to do some work yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the key. And if you do that yourself, you'll earn the badges. There are
Absolutely.
young people out there who have put the effort in, who have earned every single badge in every section going through because they've put the time and effort into it. As you start to get into the sort of latter part of Scouts and Explorers, badges do become slightly harder because there's bigger requirements you have to meet. But the other thing we're doing is in lockdown, we can flex those requirements a little bit into meeting requirements that you've restrictions we've got with us today.
Well, it's thinking out the box as well, Max, isn't it? And I know most of my scouts in my troop do a whole lot of extra stuff. Like even my daughter, she does the piano, so that works towards your music badge. Yeah, she goes swimming. There's a swimming badge. There's a horse riding badge. So if you go I'd love to take my scouts horse riding. It would be amazing, but it's very expensive. And to take 25, 30 scouts horse riding, it's not going to happen, is it? So if you have a hobby that you do, there's a badge for it. You know what I mean? There's a badge. And, if you're a leader, we wasn't going to talk about this, but I think we're going to go for it tonight. If you're a leader, right? Do I talk about camping at home?
No, camping at home is recognised as a night's away. So
It is. So
that's what it's about. So we can't go out and camp at the moment in fields in scout camps, unfortunately. Because there's a lockdown restrictions. Okay, so this is where campsites like Danemead, who have been watching, are getting themselves ready and prepared, and we've seen them doing bits of maintenance and stuff to keep them nice. But in the meantime, you can set up a tent in the back garden if you've got one, or a den in the living room, so you don't have to go outside and camp outside. If you don't own a tent, then that's fine. You can do it in the living room. Yeah, and there's been 83,000 young people did the camping at home last month. Yeah,
camp at home.
83,000 nights or something. Yeah. It was something like that. But amazing, absolutely amazing. So how many nights away? Huge amount.
And they count your nights away. So if your leader says that they don't count, they do count.
It's a world 100% record.
You can send them us our way, and we'll tell them that you can get your nights away. It's good, but lockdown's hard, guys. It really is hard. But use this time wisely. Use that time. It's not all like scouting is a huge passion, isn't it? It is amazing, but it's about learning skills and stuff as well. Like astronomy. I went through the quiz that Max did and worked out. Actually, I got 9 or maybe 8. So the knowledge is still there. That grey matter is still there. So just start learning a little bit, isn't it? And refresh. It's really a difficult time at the moment. It really is.
Just pick something that you've got a passion about and go and do it.
Mine's not IT.
Well, if we can solve the IT problems,
will I get my IT badge?
Now digital citizen and digital maker. We can hit towards some of that. If we can sort out the problems, we'll get into. We could do some Scratch programming or some Python or something, and then really get into it.
We can do some stuff. A good friend of mine, a scout leader, sent it during the week. This amazing. I'm going to probably pronounce it wrong, but I'll have a go. Max, you can see in the messenger. I think is that pronounced as a geodesic?
Yeah.
I'm rubbish it. So it's a geodesic cardboard dome, and I'll post the instructions on First Facebook and First YouTube here as well on how to make this amazing indoor dome out of cardboard boxes. I'm so tempted to try it, but I need to get a whole load of cardboard boxes, and I think there's like 20, 30 cardboard boxes, and they all have different sizes. But I think it's like 10 of this size and 10 of that size or whatever. And you make this amazing, amazing dome. And I got sent during the week, and I was like, so tempted to do that. Just to make another little cool dome, isn't it? It's just about having fun, Me and my kids yesterday, we filmed a new vlog. Not that I'm plugging Big Man in the Woods, but we filmed a new vlog about making edible campfire biscuits.
Well, I would hope that any biscuit is edible. Well, that's just my personal preference on biscuits.
Unless you put black pudding and brown sauce, and it's not edible, is it? Marmite biscuits and stuff like that. Anyway, but back to my story, right? Back to my story. You're spoiling it. God, it's just full of chocolate. But when they did it, it didn't quite stand up in a tripod, and it fell down. And do you know what I said to them? It's all about trying, though, isn't it? It doesn't have to be perfect. We're not Jamie Oliver chefs and cooks and stuff like that, but it's just about having a go and having fun. And one of the skills that I'm personally learning over the lockdown, Max was talking about it weeks ago about setting yourself for personal challenges, learning a new skill. And there's a skill I'm learning called the fire roll. I haven't perfected it yet. And I've been watching people and they seem to be getting it straight away. And I've been struggling and I've been learning where I'm going wrong. So it's about going back and trying to relearn that skill, isn't it? You know, and things aren't going to go to plan, and you just have to brush yourself up and kind of go. And that's like scouting, though, isn't it? It's the fundamentals of scouting, resilience. But you know, as a beaver, there's badges that you're not going to like, is there? What's the advice for that then, Max? If someone goes, if they're struggling at scouts or they're finding, you know, a badge that the scout leader
So
set
you just go
isn't
back to
quite
you go back to things like
entertaining
the Grand Howl for Cubs. Cubs, do your best. Yeah, we will do our best.
Yeah,
Do your best. Okay, give things a try.
that's what that's asked for, isn't it?
That's what it's all about.
Absolutely. Just catching up. Tell jokes, Max and Mark.
No,
No.
not going to go there.
Yeah. What else? Why were they edible? I'm going to record the vlog. The vlog will be up live this weekend. You can see my edible campfire biscuits. But yeah, Frozen for anybody else? Do you like Frozen? Have you seen Frozen?
Fair enough.
Let it go. Let it go. No, maybe not. Maybe not. Guys, right. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's first YouTube Scout Group. Apologies once again. It's not working tonight. I don't know why. I think we might have to go back to basics for next week.
Yeah, I think we might hit back to.
Max.
Might have to run a test stream somewhere and just see what's occurring with it.
What's occurring?
Yep.
Can you DM me? If you want to get a hold of me and Max, the best way is first YouTube Scout Group. Post a message on there and we'll reply back. Or if you want to email me, my email address is mark@bigmaninthewoods.co.uk. You can just Google Big Man in the Woods and you'll find me. If you want to get in contact with the man...
There's an email button on
right.
my Sparrowhawk Bushcraft page. You can email me.
So just both Facebook us, whatever, Big Man in the Woods and Sparrowhawk. That dodgy guy there. We're over you'll be able to find us all over the internet, or if you're struggling, comment below and me and Max will reply back. That's how the best way to get in touch with us. Trying new systems. I'm struggling. We've been testing this during the weekend. It's fine, but guys, like I said right at the beginning, if you know much about live broadcasting, me and Max need a hand. Otherwise, it's just going to be us two sitting here talking, which I don't mind.
We need to sort the cameras out though for next week.
Yeah, so cool, guys. Max, you want to say anything else?
Washing your hands. VE Day, yes. Tomorrow, 75th anniversary. I know my street is going out at 3 p.m. We're all sitting outside having a brew, a bit like we do with the NHS clap and key worker clap. And we'll just have a bit of a celebration there.
Absolutely. I want to say one more thing. I wanted to do this a bit of a surprise during the video, but it's not working. I just want to say well done to Max. Big round of applause for Max. Max got a commissioner's commendation for outstanding work over lockdown. So Max, well done, mate. Big thumbs up for me. And I had a little video, but it's not going to work. And Colin says well done as well. So well done, Max, for an amazing award during lockdown. Yeah, guys. So that's it for another week here at First YouTube Scout Group. Have a great week. Stay safe. Keep washing those hands. And if you know anything about live broadcasting, get in touch with either me or old boy there, Northern Boy Max. Let us know.
Just say thanks.
Max, you want to say anything else?
And stay safe.
Guys, stay safe. Wash those hands. 2 meters. That's for me done. Max says goodbye. Colin, the moderator, says good night. And we'll see you next Thursday from 7. Stay safe, guys, and drop us an email if you want to stay in touch.
Bye.
Bye-bye, guys.